Quickly extinguished. Officials say the fire was suspicious in nature. They think that children playing with fireworks may have led to the blaze. The trailer damaged in the fire had previously been abandoned. No one was reported injured. The investigation into the Saturday evening crash of a U.S. Air passenger jet in North Carolina continued today. A tragedy even more grave than first thought is unraveling. The death toll has risen from 37 to 37, and 17 people remain in the hospital. Tom Donovan reports from Charlotte.
At first light, investigators and officials got a clear look at the crash site.
The scene looks very much like a major tornado path. There's a swath through the woods, broken trees, lots of debris.
These pictures, taken by an amateur photographer, show the grim, devastating impact of the crash. Investigators have recovered the voice and flight data recorders from the wreckage, the so-called black boxes. They may help confirm exactly why the pilot attempted to abort the landing as he approached the airport.
It is not unusual if the pilot, for any reason, is uncomfortable with the approach.
As the methodical investigation continues, grieving anxious relatives and friends of those who perished and those still missing were at a Charlotte hotel waiting for answers.
We didn't find out until 9 o'clock at night or 10. Just when we first heard about it. It took us till midnight to find out they're even on that flight.
Roger and Inga Hamilton's daughter, Rita, is one of those presumed dead. She was married the day before the crash. She and her husband were heading for their honeymoon.
She was married for 5 hours.
Mickey Carpenter is a close friend of Terry Price and Jody Phillips, another young couple engaged days ago and listed as missing in the crash and presumed dead.
We still have hope, until we hear something definite, but we haven't heard anything.
U.S. Air says Flight 1016 had undergone a full maintenance inspection in June and was found to be in proper working order. As the plane went down on its fatal approach to Charlotte Douglas, wreckage was strewn over an area the size of a football field.
I don't know why I'm here. So when I got up, everything around me there was nobody. Everybody was either buried or not there.
In Charlotte, Tom Donovan, Channel 4 News.
Investigators say there will be no official finding on the cause of the crash for quite some time. They say it could take up to 9 months. Well, this has been an especially deadly weekend on Texas highways. 31 people are reported killed in just 3 accidents in that state. The worst on Interstate 20 west of Fort Worth. An 18-wheeler rear-ended a family van, setting it on fire. 14 children were killed, 4 adults injured. Earlier in the day, an accident involving a tractor-trailer killed 11 in Snyder, Texas. 5 others died in an accident near Ballinger. So far, 37 people have died on Texas highways just today. There have been 3 deaths on Iowa highways this weekend, including a 4-car pileup on Interstate 80 near Stewart today. That killed 2 people and shut down the eastbound lanes for nearly 2 hours. No names have yet been released in that mishap. Well, Nebraska Governor Ben Nelson visited Sutton, Nebraska today to survey storm damage estimated in the tens of millions of dollars. Disaster officials say Friday's destructive storms damaged at least half of the 600 homes in the south central Nebraska community, and 20 businesses are also in need of repair there. Crop losses in the surrounding area are estimated at more than $30 million. This is the 4th natural disaster to hit Sutton in just the past 4 years. South Dakota farmers may have to brace for a grasshopper infestation again this summer. Extension Service officials say that the insects that invaded the south central and western portions of the state last year are likely to return. But they say cool, damp weather earlier this year will likely keep grasshoppers from becoming a problem in the eastern part of the state. Well, it is the 4th of July weekend, and folks all across America are celebrating the nation's birthday. But as Channel 4's Nikki Thompson reports, for one family in Lamar's, Iowa, there's another star-spangled birthday on the 4th, and this time it's number 100.
Mary Wilhelm will be 100 years old. That's right, her birthday is on the 4th of July. Her friends and family gathered not only to celebrate Stars and Stripes forever, but Mary forever. Relatives of the birthday lady got together to wish the oldest living member of their family a happy birthday and 4th of July. What does it feel like to have a grandmother or even great-grandmother that's 100 years old?
Great. She's an inspiration to our family. She's a very loving, caring, cheerful person, and she just really keeps the family going.
It feels great. She looks great too.
She looks better than I do.
It's wonderful. It's not every day, you know, somebody that lives to be 100. And my daughters have a great-great-grandmother, and there's a chance that we might live that long. It's in our genes.
The decor was definitely red, white, and blue for Mary's special day. Everything from the centerpiece to the birthday cake were the colors of the good old U.S. of A.
Mary's birthday is special for a number of reasons. Of course, it's not every day that you turn 100 years old and have your entire family gathered around you, but it's even more special when your birthday falls on the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's been very special that I was born on the 4th of July.
There were 5 generations at Mary's birthday celebration. Those who were just beginning their life, and of course, there was Mary, a lady who's lived 100 years and hopes to see many more. In Lamarche, Iowa, Nikki Thompson, Channel 4 News.
And up next, Judika's forecast. She'll tell us whether this rain will be sticking around for the 4th. We'll also do a little bronc riding at the Rodeo in Whiting. Stay with us.
Here's the real beauty of Rust-Oleum protective coatings. A tough barrier against the elements. Rust-Oleum, the name that means protection.
Give your home a fresh new look with Dutch Boy paint from Menard. Dutch Boy Dirt Fighter exterior flat paint resists blistering and peeling and comes with a 12-year warranty. Now $11.86 a gallon. Add style and comfort to your home with a Larson self-storing screen door. They include heavy-duty hardware and come in a number of sizes starting at $79 each. Improve your home with savings from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Put sparks in your 4th of July weekend with fireworks from Landis Fireworks. For 49 years, Landis Fireworks has had it all. A large selection, great prices, air-conditioned showroom, and a knowledgeable sales staff. Check out our wide variety of large repeating shells and display shells. You'll find your old favorites like snakes and sparklers, as well as a large selection of the latest assortments. This 4th of July will be a blast with fireworks from Landis, Big L's Fireworks, McCook Lake exit number 4, I-29 North.
This is Crimestoppers, Siouxland's most wanted.
There is an active felony warrant on file in Woodbury County for Terrence M. Clark. He is a 24-year-old black male. He's 6 foot tall and weighs 180 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes. He is wanted for violation of probation, reference assault with intent to commit sexual abuse, and false imprisonment.
If you know the whereabouts of the suspect, call Crimestoppers at 258-TIPS.
Despite the rainy start to the day, the Whiting Rodeo galloped off to a great start. Cowboys and cowgirls from 5 states are competing for over $7,000 in prize money. Events range from bareback riding to steer wrestling, and of course, the bull riding at the end of each night ends each performance. Whiting will continue tomorrow with things getting underway at 4 o'clock for the rodeo in Whiting. Now Judika joins us for a look at the forecast.
I just want to know how they hang on. That just looks frightening to me.
It is a mystery to me.
Another frightening situation was the storm down in Florida in the Gulf of Mexico. We have some video to show you of Tropical Storm Alberto. It did hit shore early this morning, and it got a little stronger as it came towards the land, but then it didn't hit as hard as everybody thought. A lot of damaged trees down, signs down, that kind of stuff. But they really say down in Florida it wasn't as bad as everybody expected. But boy, oh boy, look at those waves. Let's take a look at radar, and let's look at some of the current situations that we're watching right now in Kansas. Very strong thunderstorms right in central Kansas. This storm stretching from the panhandle of Nebraska down into Kansas is moving due east. And the latest statement we got on that is that it should hit O'Neill by 1 or 2 o'clock this morning, Norfolk by maybe 4 a.m. That's if this storm stays together. It's very strong. High winds, heavy rains, and small hail is accompanying this storm in Nebraska and into Kansas. So we will be keeping an eye on that very closely because it could affect the Siouxland area very early this morning. This is the satellite image of this morning. You can barely see us. We just kind of blow that storm out of here. It dumps some good-sized rain, and then here's the current image of that storm that we just looked at on radar. But look over here in the Siouxland area, pretty clear skies, and there comes that storm out again. good amounts of rain, 2 inches in some spot. We'll be looking at that as well. Here's the precipitation for Sioux City. We received just a little over ½ an inch at Sioux Gateway Airport. We still, though, are below what we need to be by over 4 inches. So we'll be seeing some more rain, and that is good news at this point. Look how cool we were, 69 degrees. Our average is 86 degrees. Our record of 104 will stand. Not much difference between the high and the low for today. 45 is the record low for this day. Well, here are the temperatures in Nebraska and South Dakota. Sioux Falls, 73 degrees. Yankton, 76. 76 in Creighton, Norfolk, 74 degrees. 72 in Wakefield and Pender, 73. And here are some of the rain totals as well for Siouxland off to the west. 2 100ths up in Sioux Falls. Creighton, 1 100th. Pender, 28 hundredths. And in Norfolk, 44 hundredths. Well, here are the rain totals for Iowa, and look at this, 2 inches in Ida Grove. Manson has since called and updated that to 1 inch, so they had some nice rainfall totals. Just a trace up in Rock Rapids, Sibley and Spirit Lake, and Cherokee, 1 100th. Very cool across Iowa today. It was actually kind of refreshing. A lot of our weather watchers liked it. 69 degrees in Sioux Center, 76 in Cherokee, Mapleton only 68 degrees, and in Carroll 67. Currently around the area, 68 in Yankton and Norfolk, 70 in Sioux Falls, and in Sioux City 67 degrees, our dew point 66. We have cloudy skies, and our winds are out of the southeast about 9 miles an hour. Our barometric pressure is falling, and we do have cloudy skies across the area. And look at that relative humidity, very high. Here's our satellite image. We can see these storms just kind of moving off into the Siouxland area and popping right up again in Kansas and in Nebraska, and there it is again. These are very strong storms, and again, we will be keeping a very close eye on it. Here's our map for tomorrow showing that stationary front that has been draped across the Midwest for a good portion of last week, and again, bringing a chance of thunderstorms with it. Tomorrow's highs, very comfortable in the 80s, just a little cooler off to the north, and in 100s down in the desert southwest. Partly cloudy skies overnight, 67 the overnight low. Our winds will be out of the southeast about 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy tomorrow morning, temperatures in the 70s, sunrise at 5:54, and our winds out of the south about 10 to 15 miles an hour, bringing that warm and muggy air with it. Warm and muggy tomorrow, 85 the high. Winds out of the south about 10 to 15 miles an hour. And again, that wind out of the south bringing the moisture that is going to help fuel these thunderstorms. 87 on Monday, Tuesday 88, and look at this, it just keeps getting warmer and warmer, and there's a chance for thunderstorms pretty much every day this week, Joel.
So people off to the west ought to take care this evening. There could be some severe weather coming.
Very strong weather on the way.
Thank you very much, Judica. And when we come back, we'll find out on this Independence Day weekend whether we're patriotic here in America.
Tomorrow morning, why identical twins are perfect for medical research, such as that for drug abuse. I'm Al Jones. We'll have that story for your help.
I'm Ron DeMars. On Travel Guide today, we'll show you how to get the royal treatment in Britain without spending a bundle.
Wake up with Channel 4 News today.
Tomorrow morning at 6:30 on Channel 4.
Just announced a special lease bonus on America's best-selling truck. For a very limited time, get a $500 lease bonus on the Ford F-Series pickup. Pay just $239 a month for 24 months with 10% down. Just $239 for this special Northland Edition pickup with a driver's airbag, rear anti-lock brakes, air, power windows and locks, special paint and more. $239 a month for 24 months with a special $500 factory lease bonus. Trucks are arriving now, but hurry. This special offer ends July 5th. Read all about it at your Northland Ford dealer.
It's the last days of Carpetland USA's 4th of July sale. Special hours through Monday. The last days of special holiday savings on every texture, color, and style. Plus, bonus. Every carpet comes completely installed with pad. Plus, bonus. Get an extra 10% off every floor in the store. Plus, double bonus. Through Monday is your last chance to get 2 years interest-free credit. Our best financing offer ever. It's Carpetland's 4th of July blast-off sale. Special hours through Monday, July 4th. Don't miss it.
Hello, I'm Jeff Jensen, Chief Meteorologist at KTIV Channel 4. I want to tell you about a new program offered through an educational partnership with Gateway 2000 and KTIV called Weather School. Weather School teaches our youth about the weather around them with the help of hands-on experiments and worksheets. If you're interested in this program, such as over 140 school systems already signed up, call KTIV today. Be a part of Weather School, an educational partnership between Gateway 2000 and Siouxland's news channel, KTIV Channel 4.
Atticad Park and KTIV are excited to announce the winners of Main Street Siouxland, who could win $1,000. They are Sloan, Randolph, Elk Point, Whiting, Sioux City, Ponca, Lamars, and Wayne. If you're from one of those communities, stop by Atticad Park each weekend to vote for your community and catch the races. The town with the most votes receives a $1,000 grant for a hometown nonprofit organization. Watch for the updates each Tuesday night during Channel 4 News at 10. Remember, your vote at Atticad Park could mean $1,000 for a hometown organization.
It appears Paul Revere may be spending this Independence Day in jail. Paul Revere, well, he is this man. He heads the Embassy of Heaven Church, a religious sect in Oregon. He is in jail for repeatedly refusing to get an Oregon's driver's license and missing a court date. He claims doing so would be bowing to the state's demands and in direct conflict with his religious beliefs. And on this Independence Day weekend, there is a new survey out on the subject of patriotism in America. As Mark Carter reports, it shows more Americans believing the country is less patriotic.
The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor galvanized the United States.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
Only a single congresswoman voted against war. Thousands volunteered to fight tyranny overseas. It was the patriotic thing to do. But 50 years later, with communism crumbling and Americans increasingly swearing off military action abroad, patriotism in these United States is more difficult to define.
Who knows what it means nowadays, you know? Wearing a flag.
It means to stand behind your country, stand up for your country, stand behind your president.
Hamburgers, hot dogs, and apple pie. Patriotism is being faithful to their country, and unfortunately, I don't see that going on right now.
In a 4th of July poll, 73% of Americans say that the country is less patriotic than in previous decades. But while attendance at parades may be something less than mandatory these days, patriotism can still strike a special note, even among the most seasoned in the system.
We may not do as good a job at waving the flag and holding out the bunting as we used to do, but basically I think Americans appreciate the value of their society.
The 4th of July for me is a day to say thanks to all those who made it possible and to be sure we add our names to the list of those who are working to preserve it.
It is a holiday after all.
It also makes me happy because I like to watch the firecrackers.
Some things never change. Mark Carter, CNN, San Francisco.
On tonight's edition of Ask the Lawyer, the subject is recovering damages. Here's attorney Arlene Curry.
The law provides certain remedies if you are injured in an accident caused by someone else's negligence. Damages are awarded at trial based on the type of injuries. Here to explain is the president of the Iowa Trial Lawyers Association, Daryl Hecht.
People who are injured as a result of the negligence of others may seek money damages by filing a civil lawsuit in court. There are only certain categories of damages which may be awarded. Those categories include, number 1, medical expenses from the date of the injury to the date of trial. Number 2, future medical expenses in the event that the evidence shows that such future expenses are probable to be incurred. Number 3, lost wages from the date of the injury to the date of the trial. Number 4, lost future earning capacity in the event that proof is offered that the earning capacity of the injured person has been impaired. Number 5, lost bodily function, either temporary or permanent. And number 6, mental and physical pain, whether again temporary or permanent. Now, Iowa law provides that the amount of damages awarded depends upon the evidence presented in the court. This gives us assurance that when we hear about a jury verdict or a court-awarded judgment, that the amount of damages awarded was based upon the evidence, because only those categories of damage which are supported by the proof may be awarded.
Daryl has been discussing remedies available under Iowa law. Those remedies do vary from state to state. For the Woodbury County Bar Association, I'm attorney Arlene Curry.
And up next in sports, the Major League Baseball All-Star teams are announced, and the Explorers and Canaries battle for first place in the Northern League. Brad Pouch will be along with all the sports next.
Celebrate Star-Spangled Savings at Team 4 during the Great American Ford Sale. Save big on 94 Special Northline Edition F-Series pickups starting at $15,999, or rocket away in a 90 Ford Escort LX. And check out this 4th of July Best Buy. Save 50% off the conversion package price on all universal conversion vans. Buy any used car or truck and get a $1,000 minimum trade-in on your old unit. You need a new car or truck, and Team Ford can save you money. So hey,
get on the Team Ford team on both sides of the river.
At Super Value.
Grade A split chicken breasts, only 87 cents a pound. Wells Blue Bunny Lemonade, just 59 cents. And Country Rich Ice Cream, only $2.49 for a 5-quart pail.
For service, value, convenience, and guaranteed Best Buy. Shop Super Value in 4 convenient locations.
Riddle's Jewelry is remodeling. And to celebrate, we're having a sale.
How are you going to have a sale in this mess?
That's simple. Riddle's Jewelry is temporarily located across from Garfield's.
During our short stay here, you'll find savings like 40 to 50% off all our diamond and colored stone jewelry. All watches and Black Hills Gold jewelry are 30 to 50% off, plus 30% off all gold chains.
The remodeling sale going on now at Riddle's Jewelry.
Appearances in today's world mean a lot, and little things make all the difference, like how bright my colors are and the attention to detail of the pressing. That's why I let Gene Smith Cleaners take care of all my clothes. Those details are too important to let just any dry cleaner handle. At Gene Smith, I know I'm getting quality service from people who care about what they do. No matter what I need cleaned, it always looks perfect. That's important. I guess that's why I pass all of the cleaners to get to Gene Smith.
Brad Pouch is in for sports, and when they started this Northern League out, they said there would be a big rivalry between Sioux City and Sioux Falls, and by golly, that's really turning out, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. They had played 8 games going into today. Each team had won 4 of them, so this would be the rubber game of the first half season series. Very important game, too. There was a lot of talk about ties in Sioux Falls today. The Explorers and Canaries were tied at the top of the Northern League standings with 14-9 records. The season series between the two clubs was also tied at 4 games apiece. And if the two teams ended the first half of the season in a tie, the tiebreaker would go to the winner of today's game. The only tie missing was Ty Griffin, who sat out today's game. The rain was on again, off again in Sioux Falls, but the X's were on from the beginning. Already leading 1-0 in the third, the X's get a single from Lance Robbins, and then with 2 outs, Rob Leary clobbers a double to the fence in left field, right center actually. Robbins scores easily, 2-0 Explorers, Leary's 18th RBI of the season. Meanwhile, X's rookie David Harris was nearly unhittable. He allowed only 1 hit through the first 4 innings and would strike out 10, including Pedro Guerrero. Harris would scatter 7 hits and allowed only 1 run in the 9th inning. The X's would blow it open with 4 runs in the 7th inning. With the bases loaded, Nolan Lane singles past the umpire into center field. Tom Carcione and Eric Booker score. It was 6-0 X's after 7, and Lane added another RBI single in the 8th inning, again scoring Booker, and Sioux City takes sole possession of first place with a 7-1 win.
Well, actually, the wind was behind me today, and I knew my curveball wouldn't be there because curveball usually only works with wind in your face. So I depended mainly on my fastball and my changeup, and pretty much kept the batters off balance all day.
First place always feels sweet. We haven't been there in a long time, and it's good to have it by ourselves. Still a long way to go, but that was a big win with that tie situation here. The tiebreaker, that has value for us. Plus, just being in there all by yourself sometimes make you a little bit more confident.
And you can hear more about the X's great week on X's Dugout coming up at 10:30. Larry Putney will have features on Rob Leary and pitcher Jeff Letourneau, who's 5-0. That's coming up right after the news. And in the majors, the All-Star teams have been announced for the July 12th Classic in Pittsburgh. The American League will have this starting lineup as they go for their 7th straight All-Star win. Frank Thomas at first, Robbie Alomar at second, Wade Boggs at third, and Cal Ripken Jr. at shortstop. In the outfield, it's Ken Griffey Jr., Kirby Puckett, and Joe Carter. Can't argue with that. And the catcher is Ivan Rodriguez of Texas. In the National League, we'll have Greg Jeffries at first, Mariano Duncan at second, kind of an odd choice. Matt Williams is at third, and Ozzie Smith will be the shortstop. The outfield has Barry Bonds, David Justice, and Lenny Dykstra. The catcher is Mike Piazza. And we plan on having Minnesota Twins highlights, and after the game is still going on, so we can't show them. The Twins were behind early, 6-1. Albert Bell had his 25th home run, but Matt Wahlbeck had a 2-run homer in the 8th inning, and they're all tied now in the 10th inning. It's 9-9. Check out the American League scoreboard. The A's whitewashed the Red Sox 10-0. Mike Witt with his 3rd straight shutout. Yankees beat the Mariners 5-2. Cal Ripken had a grand slam. The Orioles clobbered the Angels 10-3. Royals over the Blue Jays 11-6. Milwaukee beat Chicago 9-2. And Texas beat Detroit tonight 5-3. The Rangers lead the Mariners by 3 games in the American League West. Over in the National League, Fernando Valenzuela pitched against his old club, the Dodgers, for the first time today. The big fella didn't pitch too badly here, whipping Mike Piazza, but in the 2nd inning, Corey Snyder comes up and he will bloop a single to left field. Tim Wallach would score, make it 1-0 Dodgers, and L.A. spoils Fernando's big day, beating him and the Phillies 3-1. Check out the National League scoreboard. Rockies over the Cardinals 5-2, and Ken Caminiti had 2 homers as the Astros beat the Cubs 12-6. Cincinnati edges Pittsburgh 4-3, and Andy Bennis had a 1-hitter as the Pods blanked the Mets 7-0. Giants over the Expos 8-5, and Atlanta doubles up on Florida tonight in Miami 12-6. And very quietly, American Pete Sampras has become the dominant player in the tennis world. Sampras doesn't have the golden locks of Andre Agassi or the mouth of John McEnroe, but he does have a 2nd straight Wimbledon title. Sampras, in the far court here, would need tiebreakers to beat Goran Ivanisevic in the first 2 sets. Sampras would win the first 2 sets 7-6 and 7-6, winning 7-2 and 7-5 in the tiebreakers. The 3rd set would give him the title. Sampras kicked it into overdrive in the 3rd set, whitewashing Ivanisevic 6-love. It's the first time since '86 that a men's champion has repeated at Wimbledon. Sampras has now won 4 of the last 5 major tennis titles, losing only to Jim Courier in last year's French Open. And finally tonight, a group of high school volleyball players from Northwest Iowa have won the U.S. Junior Olympic National Volleyball Championship in Austin, Texas. The girls beat a team from Lincoln, Nebraska for the title. Lisa Reitzma, who played at Hull Western Christian and is headed for the University of Nebraska, was the tournament MVP. Katie Austin of Spencer was a first-team All-American. 48 teams from all over the country competed for that title, and a very prestigious honor to beat all those teams. They play some very good volleyball around the area, especially in Northwest Iowa.
And the sign-up is up in the Channel 4 newsroom for the big benefit soccer game coming up against the Sioux City Storm. That, I guess Larry Wentz is on the list, Larry Putney, Ron Pele DeMars is on here.
You won't want to miss Larry Wentz in soccer shorts.
I think last night we mentioned that would be on Sunday. That's wrong. It'll be this coming Saturday, July 9th, the halftime of the Sioux City Breeze soccer game.
That's right. Should be fun if we can.
Proposal in the ballpark.
Pretty amazing.
That'll be the next thing at Lewis and Clark, I think.
I don't know if I'd want that. Would you?
I'm not ready to get married, so no comment.
Either way, up next we'll tell you about a Midwestern couple who tied the knot on a beach.
I can answer. Well, look for patchy clouds and some dense fog forming in pea-soup variety, and temperatures basically steady for the overnight hours. Watching for severe weather tomorrow afternoon, possibly, and we'll let you know if we know.
Okay. Sports score came in.
Cleveland leading the Minnesota Twins 10-9 in the 11th inning, and don't forget World Cup action in the United States playing here on KCAU tomorrow afternoon, so tune in.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for being with us. Have a great 4th of July. Now we leave you with some sights and sounds from the Grandview Park Municipal Band Concert.